Good day, everybody. My name is Juliet Hoy Malagon, and I'm going to show you a little presentation about the relation between my project called Teacher Secondary Training for Integrating ICTS to Teaching Process at Sierra Morena School and the Educational Leadership Project. Well, first of all, let me tell you what is the proposal of the project. As I told you, the project is called Teachers Secondary Training for Integrating ICTS to Teaching Process at Sierra Morena School. It looked for a way to identify some elements to initiate a training about ICTS skills for Sierra Morena School teachers in order to incorporate the new technology to the teaching learning process. It's necessary to clarify that this project is originated due to the government regulations, that is UNESCO, National Education Ministry, and ICTS Ministry of Colombia. Let's talk about the objectives. The general objective of the project was to propose a training strategy for teachers of Sierra Morena School, and they recognize ICTS to support the teaching learning process. A specific objective was to establish the skills level competence that teachers have. The second one was to identify tools used by teachers at pedagogical practice before educative project implementation. And the third one was to describe a strategy about training and incorporation of ICTS for school teachers. Well, it is necessary to establish a connection between leadership and educational project. What is it? First, the educational project is directed to train the teachers at the school in order to incorporate the new technologies at the classroom. But there was a big problem. Most of them didn't know how they use the ICTS. For example, most of them didn't know about create an email. They didn't use the video beam, the smart TV, the laptops, because they didn't know about them. So it was necessary to teach them how was the process or the methodology to learn about the usage of these devices. On the second place, it was necessary to make a reflection about the role of the teacher as a leader. I mean, at the very beginning, teachers were very afraid of being replaced by new technologies, so it was a very big obstacle for them in order to learn how to use the new technologies at the classroom. When you said that, it is necessary to make the connection between leadership and educational project. I mean, leadership. So you have to take into account that the leader is a person that promote, that motivate the employees, or in this case the students, to be independent people, to be innovative people, to be a leader. Yes, in that case it was necessary to have some elements to develop the project. This model is based on the Bowman model about the first one. So in that case, he divided or classified the model into four principal elements. That is the structural frame. It is confirmed by the directive permission and support and technology, in this case, so related to the educational project. In the second place, we have human resource. In this case, at the very beginning was just the teachers, because they were learning about skills, so technology skills, and indirectly there was a connection with the students, because finally they were the directed people affected because of the new technologies usage learning. And the third one was the political frame. I mean innovation, creativity, and empowerment. About teachers but also about students, because the empowerment, the innovation, and the creativity were very important elements for a leader. And the last element was symbolic frame. In this case was teachers challenges to be innovative at the classroom. So that is the connection between leadership and educational project. So we can see the teaching process as a big industry, when the leadership in this case is the teacher. Yes, like maybe in a big company manager, but in this case related to educational process is the teacher, who is responsible to motivate the students to learn by using some elements, in this case ICTs, in order to promote at the classroom innovation, creativity, and empowerment of the students. Well, it is necessary to be honest. The project development had many advantages but also many disadvantages. For example, as an advantage, we got the permission or authorization from the directive people of the school. We have some spaces, we had some elements or devices in order to implement the project. Like disadvantages, well, as I told you, it was done, the project was done with some teachers of the school. There were some activities to teach them about the strategies. First, to learn about the new technology usage. Second, about some tactics to use them. And finally, a way to create teaching material. So at the very beginning, they were some objectives of the project. But also there were some disadvantages or obstacles that appeared during the implementation. They were, for example, there was not enough time to the implementation. Sessions were not enough to learn about ICTs. Devices were not able to be used. For example, laptops, tablets, internet, smart TV, video game, they were not in a very good state, so the correct development about the project was not very good. Some teachers did not did not do the assignments. I mean, when the workshop was done by the teacher, so in this case by me, teachers, in this case students, yes, they got some assignments in order to reinforce the learn topics at the classroom, but they didn't do so. There was not a possibility to clarify doubts because we don't know what was the doubts. Another ones, at the very beginning, teachers were very afraid of being replaced by new technologies. Well, it was good and it was bad. Why? Because it gave us the possibility to talk about the role of the teacher at the classroom. I mean, they were afraid of being replaced, but also nowadays they realize about what is the real role of the teacher at the classroom. They have to be, so in this case teachers, they have to be innovative, creative, empowered people in order to motivate your students to be like a leader. Yes, that is, a leader must be the guider of a group of people that then have the same characteristics in order to be a leader too. Although, as I told you, there were many advantages and disadvantages about the implementation of the project, I want to answer the question, did the project the difference? Okay, the DOM project made a big difference because it is necessary to clarify that the project really was not a big difference about leadership, but it was related to innovation at Sierra Morena School teaching methodology. First, teachers at present are aware of their role at the educational environment, despite of the fact new technologies are a part of the teaching learning process. Then they will not be replaced by ICTs. Second, new technologies are very important elements to improve educational studies. Besides, are a way to motivate students to learn by themselves and create new mechanisms to face different contexts not only at the school but also at the daily life. Third, teachers nowadays are implementing new and more effective teaching methodology. And fourth and finally, teachers have integrated ICTs not only in the professional context but also at the daily environment, so at the personal environment. Now and finally, as a reflection or conclusion, I can say that the offer value to the school by the thesis was the possibility to direct teachers about being aware of their role as leaders at the tuition process. Maybe it did not get the expected outcomes due to many obstacles, but there was a space to reflect about changes society are living and facing, and teaching is not external to that. So it is necessary to innovate the classroom. In addition, students get some elements that can make them able to face different situations at the society because of their skills development. So in conclusion, teachers learn some tactics or techniques about ICT's usage at the classroom, and students are going to be benefit because of the learning at these project implementations. Thanks a million for your attention, and if you have any observation, I am able to give. Thanks so much.